Kia ora, dear listener or viewer. Welcome to Zealand. Now, Zealand is set in a post-apocalyptic world, so it goes without saying that we will be exploring some of the darker natures of humanity. So if you're squeamish or the idea unsettles you, take your chance now to walk away. For now, we return to Zealand.
Kia ora, guys, gals, and legionnaires. Rycon here, and welcome back to Zealand. This is Chapter 5, Part 3, What Remains. I'd like to thank Johnny, who is our wonderful guest tonight, who is sitting in for us. Our friend is still with us, but Johnny is not with us. But thank you for joining us for the time that you were able to.
You killed him on the break.
Yes, he was unfortunately killed. Don't tell anyone.
We thought he was too funny.
Yeah. Needed to be eliminated.
He was upstaging us.
Yeah. So he's been eliminated. But you've all sat down out the front of this house with your horses there, and you've decided to have a spot of lunch, having some water to rehydrate yourselves, something to eat, munching down on, semi alright food. It's canned, it's preserved, it's old, but it's okay. It hits the spot. And once that's done, what next?
I would like to take my horse to the old town road.
You do just that. You start to mount up.
And when have you used that one? All of last session.
There you go. Michaela's going near
He shoots
Buttercup.
the horses because you said that.
At what point did I see the thing?
Once you've been sitting down and eating for a while.
Does it continue to happen, or do I just see just see it happen once?
Just a once, yeah.
I think the car just moved.
Weapons at the ready.
There's a car?
It's just Transformer.
Car around the... Yeah. Maybe the little girl didn't get away after all.
Do you reckon there's a chance? So you saw it move once.
Just then. I mean, I was over there before. I didn't see anything
So it's not moving now.
under it. But
If that was... Shit. If it was dead and it hurt us, it would still be moving. Maybe we make a bit of noise, see if it keeps moving.
well, just
Hello, car!
that.
Roll out.
That works.
It's not moving.
Shit. Could be alive.
Move
Something
on
different
quickly.
about you, Mikhail.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am the exact same Mikhail as I was before.
Except
Can you
sound
not
like
tell?
Ismail.
Yeah. Sound a lot like Ismail.
No, you're wrong.
think you're
Ismail
missing
is
grains.
different than him.
If there's a chance
Very
that
different.
person's alive.
Someone was alive. I was over there for a while, searching around in the gravel.
But the dead don't stop moving like that.
It is an easy way to find out.
Let's have a look.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is the easiest way to find out.
I stand where I am.
Definitely be careful though.
I stand where I am, aiming down sights. Sort of probably crouch down.
Some of us focus on that, some of us focus around. The grass is still long. shit could still sneak up on
Yeah,
us. Sneak up on us.
I'll look for
It's
movement
definitely-
in the grass and
Yep.
just scanning around.
There's
Alright.
definitely a roof to the car. It's not like a convertible.
We can't see.
Can't see. I mean, like, it looks like there's car shape underneath of it.
Can I just sort of touch where a sunroof would be? Make sure there's no open sunroof.
You getting closer towards the vehicle? Okay, alright. You lean across it. Feels solid.
Okay.
I mean, you don't tap it, right? You just kind of
I'm
like
sort of
hand
just like,
across.
yeah.
Yeah.
Slowly.
You start lifting it up. Peeking inside. It's dark underneath this cover. Just a little bit of light coming in from where you've been lifting it up.
Is it like
It's
a,
mostly obscured by the cover coming in through the
a
front.
fitted cover or a?
Yeah.
Just lift it fully off.
Open.
Yeah. Just
You
grab
lift
the
it
back
fully
and
off. Okay. Immediately, for those of you who are further away from the car, you can't see anything. But being close, Jake, in the front passenger seat, you can see a small frame of a girl sitting in there, just looking straight ahead.
Like looking dead like.
Eyes seeming to be dried, but as you pull it the whole way off, they just turn towards you, just looking straight into your own. You see on the skin around one of the wounds, blisters and boils that had formed once upon a time, crusted over, but a wound that was on the neck. Just down the side here, blood-soaked clothes
Put the cover back
turned
down.
dark brown, with the eyes just looking directly at you. Unblinking.
Cover back down. Right on the cover. Dead inside. Spores.
You do that. No one else is really close enough to see, but Jake just pulls the cover back down, starts writing on it.
Draws a penis. Just say that as that was the girl. She obviously dead, but really struggling to move. I guess that's what happens when you haven't eaten in 5 years.
Yeah.
It's not like you can be starved out.
How did
Yeah.
the car move though? Is it windows all up?
Windows all up. Windows all up.
Yeah. All up.
Boot maybe.
I think we should just leave.
Maybe the handbrake was off or something. And she might have shuffled or something and the car moved.
Go knock on the boot. Is that the horses? We're not here to hurt anyone. If someone's there,
Nothing.
maybe just heard you and had a bit of movement.
It's just standing there having this conversation. You hear the slightest creak as the car moves slightly
From the front?
From all over?
from the left-hand side.
I try to push the car just a little bit, like
Yeah.
okay, so it feels like the handbrake's on. Okay.
Just pushing the side of it. Little
No,
bit
I
of a
mean
rock
the
to that.
back of it.
Yeah, but push from
Yeah, so to
behind.
see if the handbrake's off.
Okay. You push from behind. Doesn't move.
Okay.
Chassis moves slightly, but barely.
Maybe now that it knows we're here, it's a bit more energetic. Maybe we should get out of here.
Yeah.
I agree.
Let's go. Where's he on?
Who is the color?
dead girl inside.
Okay. Ready to ride?
Yes, I am.
Very easy. Don't shout at it. Don't kick it. You'll be fine.
So no guns and explosives on the horse then?
It might make it go fast.
Experiment for a later time, I guess.
I did have a question left over from last time. With all the horse stuff in the shed, was any of it personalised in any way, like with Buttercup name or other horse names, or?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that was my only question.
All right. So, you return to the road.
It's a country road.
And you start making your way along.
It's both.
Now, who's taking point? The horse riders?
Yeah, I'll be looking around because I've got some height, so I'm gonna keep an eye out.
All right. Mikhail, staying beside you. The two of you riding up ahead of the rest of the group. The four walkers hang back a bit. Keep a look on everything behind.
Took me a second to realise you meant us.
You continue along, making your way past dilapidated farmhouses and empty fields, overgrown and forgotten. It should also be noted that these fields aren't just clear grass. There is gorse and weeds and all kinds of things that have grown up in between them. It's not flowing, grassy fields. They started to revert to a more natural state. Further on we go. Moving down a very straight, long road. Riding past home after home. Any place you see along the way that catches your eye, should you wish to stop, let me know. Right. But for the most part, your intention is to push on, to keep on going. With the sun overhead, you know that you have, well, a limited amount of time. Yep. You definitely want to try and get to where you're going before nightfall.
Catch our eye in particular? It's pretty much all just more of the same.
More of the same. Dilapidated farmhouses, overgrown farms. You go past some forested areas. All quiet. No other noise than the clopping of your hooves and the sound of your steps and the slight chink of chainmail. But you carry on, making your way. To your left, as you're walking along, you see orchards. But will you roll perception?
Sight.
Sight.
Is it flat?
Flat.
12
89
success.
pass.
7 success.
Okay.
15 success.
Okay. Alright.
Rolls on better.
For those of you who succeeded that aren't Nick, you're able to tell that there really doesn't seem to be anything much on the trees that are in this orchard. Nick, with such a high success, you're able to tell that not only isn't there much on these trees at all, it's like picked clean. It's
I'd just
summer.
say-
It's summer. There isn't a single piece of fruit on any of these trees, and these appear to be apple trees. Now, okay, those of you who know, like, seasons of apples and when they're ready, when they're not, you would assume that there should be apples on these trees. There are none.
I'd just ask. It's
They look
wouldn't
like
the
apple
trees
trees.
normally be fruiting by now?
What's the ground like around it?
Relatively overgrown, but
Any sort of
it's difficult to tell from where you are because you're on the road, looking past bushes towards here. It's fieldy. It's difficult to tell from where you are at this current vantage.
Maybe see if there's any tracks at the driveway when we get round. Maybe someone's been doing food runs.
Is this spore country? Don't see spores or anything.
Continuing further around towards the front of this property, there's a sign at the front. Big sign with a great big apple on it. Fungaparepo Apple Co. is the name of this orchard. But once you get to the point where we're at here, looking in towards these fields, you can see from the field across the way here and to here, the fence is somewhat toppled over, pressed down on both sides, and across the road, countless footprints, muddied from one side to the other. Many, many, many. Looking towards these trees, they're just broken branches and bits of them all across and amongst the neatly planted rows of trees. Some gnarled and overgrown, but none with fruit.
looks like the deer just rampaged through there and ate the apples.
Picked all the apples, yeah.
Well, we've seen them eat like other stuff, right?
You have. Not everyone has. You and Nick have.
We've seen them eat other things, not just people.
You've seen them almost grazing on grass sometimes when there's been nothing
Just out
else.
there like cattle. They
They
just,
just
We have in the
Eat
early days
whatever's
as well.
edible.
Sculpt and sculpt.
I think
Oh, really?
they prefer
Pretty sure we did.
humans, but that might just be
Meat.
instinct to transfer whatever it is.
When we were in
They'll take whatever nutrients
Whatever
they
they
can.
can get if they need it.
Woodford, I thought. Could be wrong. It's alright.
People. Interesting.
It's hard
Maybe.
because I helped develop it and had a lot of conversations with them, so I could be getting it misconstrued.
And there's no sort of rotten fruit on the ground or anything?
How,
Hard to tell from over here, but from the trees that are closest to you, no.
how do the
Can't see.
trees
Okay,
actually
cool.
look? The fruit trees.
But they haven't been pruned in a good long while, and
How tall are
they're
they?
overgrown. They're quite tall.
So, and there's no apples up top.
No. A lot of the branches seem to be snapped lower down.
And they're pretty green. They don't look like disease. They don't have anything.
They
going
don't. They
on
don't
there.
look dead. There's still leaves on them, but in patches in some places. Again, it's difficult to just
Looks like
see
a
from the
hawk ran
road.
through here and just cleaned it out.
Yeah.
How many of those things have you seen climb all the way up to the top there?
Vegetarian zombies?
Just those ones. The only climbing things we've seen.
They don't just need brains. Who know?
Are only those kids we saw in the trees are the only ones I see climbing. But we've seen bats fly. There's other animals.
Yeah.
You know, cats can
true.
easily climb trees. I mean, it could be a number of things. Then bumping into the trees might be enough to make a lot of it fall off. You got that many people going through here, just hitting the trees and going around. Easily shake all the apples off.
These muddy footprints and stuff all over the road.
Which way did they go?
Are they over top of or underneath the tire tracks we've been following this whole way?
The tire tracks tear through these here. And judging by how the fences are pressed over, looks like they've come from right to left.
So into the orchard and past.
Yeah.
From across the field into the orchard.
Alright. Be careful of the orchard as well. Although, I mean, if we come this way back, maybe some cuttings from the close ones. Potentially want fruit.
There are plenty of places around Lee. We can do the same thing.
True.
I think that's a good idea. We need to set up some fruit trees. They take years to grow, but we plan to be here for years. But we also need veggie gardens set up and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
We can focus
Just
on those. But
There's thought about, I mean, sitting there, plenty of them to, but just can't tell for sure if those dead have passed on. I'd rather just clean the place out and just be sitting inside waiting.
Yeah. There's long grass there. We can't risk going anywhere.
Yeah.
This is
Push through.
stick to the plan.
Seeds and setting up that kind of stuff isn't really the problem. We kind of just, if we did want that stuff, we'll just have to have the time to set it all up and do it. I mean, we've got a decent amount of storage of stuff.
Let's go. Let's keep moving on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nick, roll perception for me.
Okay.
Pass.
70 pass.
Okay. While you've been having this conversation here, Nick's been keeping a lookout. Across the field, Nick, where the fence line has been toppled down, looking up towards the trees, among the dappled light there, you swear you can see things moving beneath the trees. You detect movement. Something moving in the trees. The tree line. You can't see. It's pretty deep bush up at that point, but just with the way the light gets dappled by the treetops, you just see that light just shift slightly, so you know that there's something moving in that tree line.
Guys, and there's a point over there. Pretty sure there's something moving over there. We either need to move on or we need to find it out.
You get the binocs out. Okay, roll perception for me, plus 20.
Through the optics, technology.
Perception plus 20.
2 pass.
2 pass, okay. You catch something moving quickly
That's 20, is it?
for a second.
Yeah.
There's stuff there.
You lose track of it though.
Let's go.
Fail.
They're moving fast.
Okay.
Let's go. Yeah, move.
Go.
All right.
Definitely
How
not
quickly
stop
are you
you on the way
moving?
back then.
Fast.
Not noisy fast.
Yeah, we need to go.
We'll just keep going, constant speed.
Brisk.
Okay.
If
You
I
start
seem to
moving.
staying in there, it might be some of this new stuff we've been afraid of. They're scared of daytime.
When looking at the road ahead, doesn't the bush get a bit closer to us?
Yes.
It could be
Yeah,
staying
that's
in
gonna
the
be
shade.
fine.
Yeah, it does.
I'm gonna
Nick.
stay on the other side of the road,
Okay.
closest to the orchard.
You guys are moving fast though, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. You start moving quickly down the road.
We should be careful of coming back this way.
Mhm.
If it's dark.
Won't. We'll take a wide arc around the trees.
Yeah.
Cross over into the field. Or just stay on the other side of the road.
We'll leave it, a good couple, 3 or 4 meters kind of thing.
Gravel verge.
So yeah, just
Okay.
gravel
Yeah.
verge so we can we don't want any quick
Yeah. Staying on the other side, but the horse is still leading in front. It's apparent to everyone around that their horses are uneasy as you start to move towards this bend. They just seem spooked. You all stay together, moving quickly, getting them up to a little bit of a trot. Everyone else in their chainmail clinking behind, keeping a lookout. Nick and Jake in your firefighter gear, swishing, looking from side to side, but keeping your eyes fixated on that forest as you start to move through. As you start around the bend, I need everybody to roll perception for me. This is going to be with a -20 while looking out towards the trees.
Fail.
Minus what, sorry?
-20.
Oh, damn, failed by 1.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a 39 fail.
Failed by 3.
Anyone pass?
Okay.
I had a bit of 19.
You keep your eyes fixated towards these trees. You feel a little bit at ease. Don't see any movement. You keep on moving ahead, double speed, till finally you make it past the trees. Eventually, they're behind you. Some of you keep turned back around towards them as you start to move away. And you continue on your way. Further still. Marching on, past home, house, farm, winding round. Rounding the bend into more open farmland, a flatter region, you feel a little bit more at ease here, without so many hills and trees and eyes upon you. It's around about, well, it's past midday. It's the afternoon, for sure, as the sun's starting to get a little bit closer towards the horizon. But it's not there yet. It's not evening. It's still afternoon. But you push on. The horse is seemingly a little bit more at ease now, as you continue along your path. Looking at your maps, you know you're getting close. With not that much further to go, you quicken your pace slightly. You see a sign for a business called Totem Retreat.
As we're walking, I'll maybe suggest that once we get a bit closer, if we find a place we can check out and
Set up a base camp.
yeah. And it's getting close to evening, and if those things come out at night time, I don't want to be caught outside.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Are we also still following tire tracks this whole way?
That's what I was just about to note. As you come up towards this intersection here, the tracks carry onwards along this road here. Nothing else on this road, and that is the road that you are to follow. It would seem that finally your tracks and the tracks of whatever has been making them has diverged.
That's a bit of a relief.
Yeah.
Glancing at the maps, is that the general direction of the next closest way south?
Let's have a look at the maps. Alright, so having a look at your map, you can see that there is a divergence. Where you are here. Your route carries you on towards Wellsford. This other
South.
leads south, eventually connecting onto State Highway 1 north. That's what you're able to determine from that.
So, looks like went down Matakana way, one crash, turned around, came back this way.
Looks like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Took the fastest route back to Auckland.
Yeah.
These trucks that toppled your zombie magnet.
Must have been.
Well, it would have been pretty hard to do without a big bang.
Mm.
I mean, they were pretty sturdy.
Well, at least we now know that seems they were definitely Auckland.
At least south here.
Yeah.
To keep moving on, eh?
Yep.
You continue along. It's still a fair walk. But eventually, you end up coming around the corner, and in the distance, you can see a town. The town on your map is Wellsford. You've made it. You're on the outskirts, and it's later in the day. Not evening yet entirely, but the sun is getting lower.
Look, I want to go in and get the stuff as much as everyone else, or more so.
First thing in the morning, probably.
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think just depending on if we aren't done in there by midday, we spend the day again, and we leave first thing in the morning.
Yep.
We have enough food.
We've got enough for that. Hopefully we can scrounge some more. We need to focus on scrounging some food as well. Maybe that's how we spend the rest of today. Find a place.
Yep.
Set up.
Sounds good to me.
Preferably some place that we can.
I'd also need to find some water for these horses.
Most of these houses will have. Well, actually, I don't know about Wellsford, to be honest. I was going to say most of these houses are on tank water, but I actually don't know about Wellsford.
If there's some place that has a secure inside a garage or a barn, or
Yeah.
if
I'd
If
imagine
those
if
things are-
Marito's on tank water, these guys will be too, because Marito is nowhere near as far out as this.
Yeah. Hopefully.
yeah, if those things waiting in the forest are the same ones afraid of the sun as the others, we definitely don't want to leave the horses out overnight.
No.
I agree.
No.
So we look then.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's our focus right now.
Yeah.
It's just still steady. No point rushing in and trying to run home in the dark.
Finding something with a barn or at least a garage.
Yeah.
So-
It's like a heavily fortified veterinary office.
Yeah, so continuing on and looking for a property, yeah? So let's look together. You see a turn off, Rusty Brook Road, taking you off your main track.
When we looked at the map, we would have seen that led back to the road that the truck took.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably just go straight forward.
Yeah.
Continuing on.
Yeah.
On Matheson Road,
Just suddenly city.
yep. You start to reach houses.
Definitely look on that outskirt houses
Say we don't
first.
go too much closer than this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's stick, like, look at 37, 35
Okay,
first.
alright. Looking at 37 first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Same thing. Go up, make a noise. 360.
Okay. Are you going up quietly? Everyone that's going up, please roll stealth for me.
Oh, actually, I won't go up.
Yes.
I'll-
I am as well. I'm not as
Yeah,
well.
I'm staying back.
38.
Okay.
I might just scout around, make sure nothing's going to sneak up on us.
Okay. Roger that.
I'm staying with Scott, keeping an eye out everywhere else.
Okay, Mikhail's staying on his horse.
Yeah, I'm also on the horse.
Look at my horse.
So it's just Dan and Jake that start moving up towards this house. Alright. You start walking towards it. As you are making your way across the driveway, approaching towards the door, seems like very Still. Quiet area. Jake, you're pretty quiet going towards there. Dan, your prosthetic foot does kind of come down a little heavy and make a bit of a scraping sound. That's a little bit noticeable. Jake, you hear it and you kind of turn around,
Stop it.
seeing Dan there. Seems quiet. Two of you roll perception for me. Nick, can you roll perception at a -20?
Pass.
Fail.
Pass.
Okay. Alright. Nick, you're aware of this. Dan, you are too. As Jake turns around to look towards you, you look down. Shoot. Okay. You kind of start to turn around and look back towards where the others are. And as you do, your eyesight grazes past this field. Up towards the hill, and this is what you're able to see as well, Nick. You see a large, squat creature with horns, silhouetted at the top of this hill, standing up there.
How far are they from me or us? Like, how loud do I have to be to get their attention?
We have radios.
200 meters.
It's true, you do have
I'll
radios.
use one of them. I'll use the radio.
Yeah, so you've just kind of seen this. You're frozen, Dan.
Chuck some radio at us to get our attention.
You have radios in your helmets.
Yep. So I say bull on the hill, or wherever it is. It's up on the hill, right?
Yeah,
So,
you hear
Bull on the hill.
bull on the hill, bull on the hill,
hear it as
and
well.
and you also hear Dan at the same
I'll hear
time
it as
going
well.
bull, bull, bull.
It's standard procedure for us when we split up.
Yep.
How far away from us is that?
How far away from Scott and me is that as well?
Slightly further than us.
Atop the hill, it's a decent ways. Like
Good distance.
yeah, it's a good distance. Like looking at that, that's about as far away as it is.
I'll look through the optic to see if it looks dead.
All right. Sun's kind of behind it.
Fucking hell.
Roll perception for me. It's just flat.
It's dangerous regardless, to be fair.
Hey, 23 success.
All right.
Hey.
Difficult to make out, but as it kind of turns from side to side, this thing does seem to have wounds on it. What are you able to make out? Just kind of stays there, just...
I just have flashbacks driving through Whitford Road with a herd of bloody cows
It's got
chasing
this
my jeep.
great big... It's got this great big...
Chasing you, G.
great big ring in its nose. Just,
That's a mean son of a bitch.
this thing is thick. It's big.
With two
So
C's.
low intelligence, guys. Spells.
Yeah, yeah. It's got a terrible charisma save. Actually, this
worry.
bull has sex appeal.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I've got spell sniper.
All right. Mikhail on the horse just very quietly says to whoever's close, "Holy cow!"
God damn it, Mikhail, stop making me chuckle. Got it in my sights.
Can we see
Yeah, right. So you're sitting there aiming at it. So
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah.
specifically looking, now that I see it, are there any other shadowy shapes in that direction, or is it sort of standalone by itself?
Looking out towards that direction, that's the only thing that you see out there.
I'm taking the aim action at that bull. I'm
Okay.
not shooting, but just taking the aim action and I'm letting everyone know that I've got it in my sights. If it makes if it makes any sort of rash movement, I'm ready to take it down.
Copy
So-
that.
I'm going to carry on scanning everywhere else.
Okay.
Turn to
No
Jake.
one's
My
moved
laser
at this
eyes.
point yet.
Yeah.
Oh, sort of maybe duck down, or
Yeah.
if there's something to
Roll stealth for me.
hide. No. Reroll. Yes.
Success.
Yep.
All right.
Reroll.
Looking at it, as Jake's moving about, don't see any reaction. Jake, you managed to get to a little bit of cover behind the house. Dan, you're still kind of standing in the driveway where this thing was. Jake, you were a little bit further ahead to start with, but you're kind of... Dan, you're still kind of frozen just looking at this thing.
Yeah.
You're further back on the road taking aim at this.
I've got this thing on my sights, aimed right at its head.
You can... It's within your range band for you with that. Nick, for you with your bow, it's still well outside of it.
Just think your decision through as well.
I know. I'm not shooting. Chill. I know. I know.
You're there. You're telling me think it's
Just loud enough
for more
that
than
I think Jake will hear. I'll just very quietly call out.
Yes, I know. I'm on.
Do we want to go back?
Yeah. I just nod. I don't say it. But yeah, I just nod. Sneak.
And I'll try and quietly start heading back to the group.
Roll stealth for me. It's challenging.
Nope.
Do you have sigils?
Only one left for this.
Okay. Roll stealth for me.
It could only get one worse.
Okay.
No!
Fail.
Oh god. Alright.
So that's
okay.
24.
Okay.
Was it? Oh, you failed heaps, didn't you? What's your stealth?
No, 75.
Yeah.
Okay.
And since he already failed, there's not really no point in us.
Well, there's really failed though.
As you start to...
Failed by less than he did.
As you start...
20 something.
As you start to move back.
Stupid dice.
Yeah. I think I'm getting rid of these.
No, sorry, it was 71. It's fine.
There's a moment where you start moving back quietly as you can, moving as slowly as you can, trying to be invisible. You look back towards it. Dan, you can see there's anyone else that's looking at it. The second that the two of you started moving, head straight down towards you.
Looking like it's about to charge.
Diplomacy.
Yes. It starts to
I pull the trigger.
It starts to go down. Okay. All right.
So
At that point, we are going into initiative order.
I realize 100% that I am on a horse, and it will buck me off. But I realize that outside the game, inside the game, I've got an itchy trigger finger.
It depends. Well, like, are you? Or you don't have any. You get a heavy negative, but you can still roll really well and stay on the horse.
Okay, what is everybody's athletics? I actually already have those written down. Yep. Fantastic. I'm just trying to remember. Okay, actually, yeah, this is everyone. Okay, so who was it that had 75 athletics? All right. Good job for you. We have one player slot. Then we have GM slot. Then we have the rest of the player slots.
Yeah, definitely you.
I pulled the trigger.
So that's already happened, right? Or was that
combat?
This is now in combat. So it was who is going to.
So it doesn't go
after the fire, after the shot.
No, the shot is now. This is the shot. Okay. This is the player slot.
Yeah.
So you can use it if you want.
So
100%.
I was aiming.
Oh yes.
So that I add half my shoot or half my rifle in this case. It's got 120.
How many sigils you got? Maybe add a sigil?
I've got one.
Yeah.
That's
total.
One total. That's it. Motherfucker! I'm gonna sigil that. That's better.
Better.
41 success. Plus 30 on damage.
Plus 20.
Okay.
Plus
41.
Yeah, plus 20 over
91.
I've got 91 so far.
Right.
And I'm
Already
aiming for
at
the
the
head.
It's already
All right. Cool.
easily hit.
It fails by 25.
So I'm aiming for the head.
So he's
Limb destroyed.
Limb
Head.
destroyed.
Holy shit, boy!
By a mile.
Yeah.
There is this crack.
Yep.
as this thing starts running down. The two of you are scared by the crack and the noise. You saw it starting to run down. That momentum continues. But its head, you just see this goes in there, and with that momentum, it tumbles down the hill, just end over end, rolling, and then eventually comes still. Your horse does buck slightly, but it's a larger thing. Didn't get too much of a fight. It was a crack, but it kind of it was more of a startle. Buttercup gets startled as well, but the two of them kind of settle down a little bit, sort of a little spooked.
Cool.
It rolls still in the grass.
And I'll look to Scott and say, could you grab my casing, please?
Right through, maybe everyone come up here and we just get off the road.
Yep.
We should
I pick up the casing.
Thank you.
I just kind of like, just touch it slightly to first to
Good
make
shot.
sure it's not too hot.
That's my sigil used.
I think it was well worth it.
Good sigil usage.
Because my first roll was a 7. Which I was like, I want to kill this
Still
thing.
damage, but
I want this thing dead.
7.
And then probably like a Grievous or
35 less
Far
damage.
out.
Yeah.
Still would have been limb destroyed.
Damn.
Know that. But yeah.
Still would have been over 80. Because he failed by 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, but if he didn't re-roll, he
So
wouldn't have failed by that
so
much.
so
Would
what
have been 82.
what's the damage on your rifle then?
30. So
30.
it's 50, failed by 70.
It would have been 82.
Yeah, just enough.
Wow.
Yeah, but who says
Jeez,
the roll
even
would
on
have been that?
7.
Yeah.
A success on 7 still enough to
Well,
do.
that required him failing by 24.
Yep.
Whatever
I've
it
got
was.
a.
The thing is, he had high athletics as well. I mean, it's a
Sniper rifles, man.
freaking yep. No, exactly. This was a meaty bull, and it's toppled, and it's still. Everyone starts moving up towards this property. Yeah.
It's the reason I want a sniper rifle.
Technically, you could have made this a boss encounter and given him sigils, but...
I had one sigil to use.
Yeah.
I'm saving it.
Burn the sigil, bring it back to life.
Really,
It does a full roll and gets up and keeps running.
equal to the people.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
not
skipping a beat, it's actually spit up.
Yeah.
It's too many.
It used
too many.
the roll to
Mikhail's
increase
got
momentum.
3 sigils, by the way.
He does.
Alright, so what's everyone do?
Okay, you start moving up towards this property.
Is there a garage?
Bring the horses up as well. No. Looking at this one here, there is no garage. There is a driveway leading up towards the house. No car.
Don't know about you, but Argos has a outdoor horse.
Look, we don't think tonight any horse is an outdoor horse.
Yes, but I don't see him getting through that door.
True.
I mean, not if you on it.
Well,
It's a garage door,
Not
right?
with that.
No, there's a garage.
No,
There's a
no,
garage.
there's no
garage.
garage. Yeah.
A horse could fit the
We
front
should
door.
have a look around.
Let's
Maybe
just
there's a ranch slider.
let's go through the house.
Okay.
We do our same thing, what we normally do.
All right. Knocking around the place. Similar to the previous house, curtains seem to be closed.
Don't think we need a knock. The gunshot probably do.
That's true.
Yeah. Luckily, it wasn't like a big. It was definitely a crack. There was a because these aren't subsonic rounds,
Yep.
so there's definitely a crack. But it's it was just one. That can't do any harm, right? So you continue up towards the home.
Thick bulls have. Oh, what?
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, you just like one shot. Like
Not anymore, it doesn't.
I didn't see that coming.
Neither
Good
does it.
job. Good job. You had 75.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, yeah. Anyway,
No, but
That was a
like,
long distance.
It couldn't have met us within
couldn't
one
have,
turn.
Triple dash.
GM would have made it happen some way. It's magic.
it's Magic Bull. It's Magic Bull.
The bull sort of just shimmers and is
So
something
checking around the property, knocking on the windows. Windows are closed. Curtains are closed. No response to knocking.
Is there a ranch slider? Around the back.
Yes. Yes, there is. Leading onto the back of the property, where there are just countless pot plants outside that are just heavily overgrown. There is a gnome who seems like at one point had like cute little plants growing out of his ears. They're now just freaking everywhere. It's just like this mess just growing out from him, and he's just covered in grime.
Alright, we'll go and clear the house. I mean, from what we've seen, houses with closed curtains and closed doors seem to have the spores in it.
Probably.
I'll keep the horses as far away from the house as we can until we've cleared that, and then we'll bring
Check
them
the
in.
doors.
Which door?
Back door, I guess. Well, I guess,
Wrench
since
ladder?
we're around the back. Check
Yeah.
the back door while we're running.
Check for keys,
Where would you like to check?
key locations.
All right, you check the key.
Under pot plants.
Under pot plants. There are a lot of pot plants here. There are a lot of pot plants.
Under ones that
Under
are
the
close.
locations.
Under ones that are close.
Are you going
the
to search
door.
underneath all the pot plants? Because you guys are around the back of the house at the moment.
Just round the.
I'm gonna look under the gnome specifically.
Front of the house has a staircase that leads up to the front door.
Yeah.
Gonna go back around to the front.
Getting in and around here.
Head back round to the front. There is no mat on the floor.
Not bad. Door opens. Unlock.
You go to
Go in.
opens. Not locked.
Radio 3. Front door's open.
No. My horse
Everyone
round.
comes round. I'll take care of horse if you want. I stay out here with this one.
I'm alright. I'm quite attached to old Argos here.
Argos.
Yeah, I don't know. But he seems like an Argos.
Right, I'm pretty sure there's like a construction company that we rode past. Maybe that's where the name came from?
Possibly.
It must be. You say things, they come into your mind, that's how it happens.
Just glad you didn't call it Artax.
Argos or Argus?
Argos.
Yeah, pretty sure construction firm. Very sturdy.
I believe it's also a retail outlet in England.
It is, yeah. Bizarre. You pick from a catalog
This
and-
little conversation is just
You
happening
got one
outside. Lives are in danger just a moment ago. It's just how we blow off steam. Alright, so you go up towards the door, you step inside. Alright.
How many walkie-talkies did we have?
One each.
One each. So at this point, we've all got one each.
Apart from Hugo.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just making sure I actually heard the front door is open and I'm not just
Yeah.
like around the back by myself.
Check
Yeah.
Looking under gnomes.
You look at chicken gnomes. You can definitely do that anyway.
Anatomically correct.
Yeah. So you, yeah, it's really grown out. You, once upon stepping inside, by the front door, there's like a little table next to it. On it are just countless photo frames, the backs of which are all left on the ground, and it's just these frames kind of stacked up together by the front door.
No photos on them.
No photos inside.
That's a good sign.
Alright, keep going in the house.
He's not smiling for any reason.
No, not at all.
What?
All right. Keep searching around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you looking for anything in particular in this house, or just
Right
seeing
now,
if it's clear?
Right now, I'm just clearing it.
Okay. All right.
Check cupboards, like wardrobes.
Yeah. Any place anyone could.
Have curled up and died.
Like,
Seems like a lot of clothes are gone. As you start to go through these wardrobes, there's only like a few shirts left in them. Same thing with the drawers. Looks like this is a family home. 2 kids sharing one room. Another room, master bedroom. There's no bedding on the beds. It's all folded up, kind of placed towards the side. But this place is dusty as hell. Seems like it hasn't been disturbed in a long time. And going through it, you don't find sign of anyone or anything living in here.
Good.
bring it through. House is all clear, guys. I think we hunker down here tonight. Get the horses inside.
Still
the
pretty
furniture
long
around.
lawn.
Pretty long, yeah.
Go up and any small potted plants and bits of grass and try and quietly bring those inside through the right slider, through the back door. So we have
You're gonna try and.
I'll see if other people have, just so we can bring in some stuff for the if we intend to bring horses.
I was gonna ask, are you intending to try and bring the horses inside the house?
Yeah.
If there's enough room.
If there's enough, like,
Well, we
if
don't
they can
need
get
much
through.
space.
If you can get them through ranch stop.
Yeah.
Well,
If we can
Get
get
them
them
in.
in.
Go
It takes a bit of coasting.
cut a whole bunch of grass for them so they.
yeah, it's the thing. You bring in some potted
move
plants
furniture around.
Yeah, it takes a bit to get them inside.
Yeah.
But eventually you have them inside the lounge. Just kind of standing in the lounge. Obviously, you're not concerned about the quality of the carpet in this place. So, yeah, I mean, their hooves just tear that up like hell.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of lino on the side as well. The hooves just go straight into the lino. It's a bit of a mess. Actually, while you're in here and kind of backing up away from the horses in the lounge and trying to close things up a little bit there, some of you are in the kitchen. Just roll. This is just a general perception check. Just a flat awareness check.
I just got laugh. We're gonna be trying to like sleep during the night. We're just gonna hear.
Well, let's keep them in the carpeted areas.
There's lino.
Success.
Not in the lounge.
11 success.
84 pass.
Yeah.
Okay. So those of you that are in the kitchen, you can see that like it looks like a lot of stuff has been taken down in here as well. But there is a notice board up in the kitchen, and there is something that's kind of there's still like a few bills and stuff like that are put up there, all dated 5 years ago. But there's another one there. It's like a yellow, small little, not like a brochure, not like a pamphlet, just a small little yellow piece of paper that's pinned up. And it's got the location of a community centre in town, not far from here. There is like a phone number there, and the details that are on there, a little faded, but says rest, safe and secure, medicine and assistance.
Call the number.
On your cell phone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Keep away from there.
I've got a cell phone.
Yeah.
I actually bought one of your spare cell phones.
There is a mini map on the side. It's like a little screenshot from Google Maps that's printed down the bottom of it. It looks like it's from Google Maps. That community centre.
Right.
Apparently my stomach was about to explode. Is right across the road
From where we need to go.
from the birthing centre.
Alright.
That's either a good thing or a bad thing.
I think you have explosives.
Yeah, I do.
Alright.
And a phone to attract attention if need be to the explosives.
Hopefully the birthing centre has a back door.
Should do. But no offence, but I think Nick and I should make this last little run ourselves.
Why is that?
We got the stealth.
Ah, good point. I mean, we could get a bit closer. I mean, they've got a fair bit of distance with this thing. I pat the gun.
Oh yeah. We definitely, we're not going to go in there without any backup.
Yeah.
We'll just
But I
stay
think in terms
away.
of going close to it,
I'll find a little vantage point, post up,
We can
keep an eye out.
have horses ready in case, and
look, we're hunkering down tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
We've got these maps. We can study the shit out of them.
Of course.
And then first light in the morning, we go out, have
maybe
a quick look.
there's some place that might be good for a distraction to
Yeah.
give you a clear way out once
Well, if
things
we
are
can
done.
see what's there, then our best bet is to draw things away.
Yeah.
Well, if you want a distraction, I'll pull out the fertilizer bomb and cell phone. That will attract people as well as zombies.
Yeah. Hopefully, we don't need something that extreme.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's right now. Let's just hunker down here. This is us for the night. I don't think we should. We shot a gun. we just need to be quiet for tonight.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, we'll just explore tomorrow. Like I said, we'll just study the shit out of these maps, make sure we know every street, every back road, and let's set up some rendezvous points.
We obviously we're keeping setting what I feel like I got some grass.
Food. Yeah. Like we'll like go and cut like fuck tons of grass.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
like
that's what I was
rip
doing.
out, just-
Yeah.
Just put it down on the
Pot
couch.
plants and grass.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Might as well.
No, they've stopped horsing around.
Makeshift food.
We should
Yeah,
definitely
Call the night,
definitely set
Yeah.
watches throughout the night.
Yeah. and we make sure we just pay attention to the horses. Pet them, make sure we
Yeah.
we need to try and keep them quiet.
They'll sleep as well at some point,
Yeah.
hopefully.
We'll try keeping down and try to keep them calm as much as we can.
Yeah. Cool. It's eat and tucker and study the maps.
This house, does it have on the roof of the house is just one of those like slanted roofs like we have over here, or is it just one of those sort of flatter ones?
I mean, the roof inside is flat, but the roof on the outside is
Okay.
peaked.
Okay. Is there you said there was a staircase going up to the front
Up to the
door.
stairs.
So I'm assuming where we are is sort of if I look out the window, I can see below. Is that like
Where you are in the lounge,
I
at the
have-
moment you're looking at the hill. So it's essentially the hill sloping
Right.
down. So it's built
At the base
it's
there.
built up. So it looks like there might be a little bit of storage underneath the house.
right?
Potentially, actually, on the outside, you would have seen one of those small little doors.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
Not
get
a big-
inside of
not a
it.
big lot
Right.
of stairs up to the front.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
so
it's
just
like you have to
small-
crawl to go inside underneath the house.
In terms of like plates and glasses and stuff,
Yep.
so that I'm thinking we break some of this shit small enough so it's not going to go through our shoes or anything like that, but we get it around the doors.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we can hear anything sort of sneaking up on us.
But was it a smashed plate?
Should probably
Probably not
do
smashed.
that
though.
very carefully.
Very quietly, I'm thinking
Yeah.
pillows, mattresses like under it, and then smash on top with a
Yeah.
hammer.
All right. While you're doing a little bit of dinner, you start doing some silent breaking of glasses and plates and other bits and pieces as best as you can. Start sprinkling that around the outside and start settling in for the evening. There are 2 beds in this place. Neither of them had sheets on them. Both of them beside. Actually, 3 beds. So there's one large bed, and there's 2 single beds. Kid-sized single beds. Obviously, there are 2 couches in the lounge, but
There's also 2 horses in the round.
yeah, there's also a dining room, which is just off to the side from the lounge.
I'll grab the cushions off of the couches.
We'll probably bring like the mattresses or
Yeah.
everything all in the same
Or
room.
the same room.
Dining
yeah.
room.
Dining
Okay.
room.
Yeah, you start taking them down the hallway, dropping them down in the dining room, pushing the table up against the side of the wall.
I'll-
Go in the kitchen and look for
Yeah, any food there?
yeah, any food, but also try and get like a cheese grater or something else that I can use kind of as like a hooded lantern to keep, because I've got little tea light candles, but don't want to leave it. Would only use like just enough so we have
Yeah.
light to look over the maps, but
There'd
don't
definitely
wanna-
be graders in there, like the big box
Yeah.
grater. Yep.
yeah, stuff to diffuse and
In
redirect light.
terms of food, though, this place has nothing.
Yeah.
Not even salt, not even sugar. The pantries are bare.
I'll go out into I'll go out into the back, grab as much grass and I can pile it into the corner in the living room for the horses.
All right. As the sun's getting lower and you're outside and just collecting grass, roll perception for me.
He's collecting grass.
Yeah, they're on the
Just
wall.
just
19
grass.
success.
Okay. All right. Collecting. The property over, like over the fence. For a second you thought you heard something over there. Something moving.
Was it like a rustle in the grass? And
Little rustle.
Like a Jack Russell, or?
You hope not.
I will immediately, I'll continue doing what I'm doing. So look over the side of my eyes, peripheral my vision. So then, as if I was just continuing doing what I did, as if I haven't heard it. Stand up, turn around, and walk back into the house. As soon as I get in, I'll say to everyone, I think there's something or someone on the property across from us. Just keep an eye out. Look, don't.
Do we see anything?
Do you go outside?
Not outside, but peek out a window.
Roll perception for me.
Nick, peek out a window too. Nope.
Look outside.
I actually probably would look.
Yeah,
like legitimately, you'd come in and said something was there.
Yeah.
So
You peek over Jake's shoulder.
yeah.
Hey, do you see
Yeah,
that
nice and
giant ball
cozy. 27 pass.
27. Woo!
It's not super high this time.
All right. You're looking across towards the other property. You see hands on the fence
Hands Gruber.
and a head just pop up, looking over. Grey hair and a wrinkled face.
Jonah.
And it just like back down, hands go off the fence.
Seems like an old person's watching over this way.
Okay. Human.
Seemed it. Like it peered over the fence and then backed off.
Old people these days.
Nosy neighbours.
Mm.
It's fair, we did shoot a thing.
Keep quiet either way.
Yeah.
But it's a risk
Yeah.
having him out there. What if he gets caught by these things that does not exist?
Well, if he's out there, he's either knows about them already, or,
No one else seems to.
well...
If he's out there because if he's been hiding and he's out there because we're here, and he has no idea that these things, well, we don't know they're coming, but let's
If
assume
he
they are.
survived this long, he should have some knowledge about being smart, staying out of sight. If he's still alive.
I was about to say we don't even know if it's living.
Yeah. If it's...
If it was dead, it would have attacked.
Oh, I
might
don't
not
know.
have seen anything.
Those kids in that forest, they seem to like playing
It's
with
still
their
too
food.
light for that, is it?
Sun's getting lower.
They didn't have hair. They went old. All
Well,
that
that's
stuff is
true.
new.
I mean-
it's all just been born.
Could it be old, or could that just be natural's hair colour? We don't know anything about them, to be fair. It's just
No.
a conjecture.
The risk that it's an elderly person that survived 5+ years already is a lot less than if it's some walker we're going to go poke our heads into.
No, I suggest we don't go out at all. We stay in here, wait for it to come to us.
If it does.
If it does, we'll keep an eye out throughout the night. We'll
He's
take
either
watches.
got some sense about him and he'll bugger off and go back to where he's hunkered down, or he's dead and
Those
hopefully
dead-
doesn't know we're there.
Those dead don't hide like that. These new ones seem to, but he was old. What if we just put a can out for him.
Yeah.
I think a universal sign of a good gesture out these days is...
Here's some food. Here's some resource. Yeah.
Yep.
That makes sense to me.
Put a note on it as well.
Yeah.
You can write something on it.
And if he comes knocking and wants in, and we've now got a...
No. We can't take on every straggler we get.
But no, but if we're leaving food out for him, he then knows that there's people with supplies here. If he comes looking for help, then obviously don't turn him away. But
The gesture of giving food is basically saying we're willing to help. That's kind of what that gesture is.
Like you're saying, if he's survived this long, he's got some smarts about him.
Yeah.
He knows this area. Hopefully.
If we put out canned food, I mean, I don't think the undead will go after food in a sealed can.
No.
True.
But not, as far as I can tell, not many people know about these new things. They're just being born. I mean, people might know about animal ones, but these human ones are way smarter. My concern is if he's still out there spying on us and these things come to the area and he starts making noise, it's just going to draw a shit ton more stuff here.
So what do you want to do then?
Everything's a risk, but I reckon just get some food out there for him. It's a good gesture.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Yep.
If it's another person, then that's cool. Otherwise, if it's one of the dead, then we have another problem which we'll deal with we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
We just judge it from there.
Yep.
Put the food out, put a note on
If
it,
you're putting food out, yeah, definitely.
say what,
a note
decide what
that's
we want to say, then we can deal with
very
it.
clearly
After
says
that,
shut the hell up.
Yeah. Warning about the live zombie dead predators. Feed the horse. Alright. Food and note saying, about the that we're good people. We're here for medical supplies.
We could just say we're passing through, really.
Just passing through.
Shouldn't
careful
share
of-
more than we need to.
Yeah. Just passing through. Be careful of the night walkers. White walkers.
White walkers.
The white night walkers. White knights.
What are you writing down on the paper?
The unliving dead.
Yeah. They come out at night time.
I wish that the...
Okay.
My dearest stranger.
You take the can, the note. Where do you place said can?
On the deck. Oh, well, I don't know. I assume there's a deck out there.
outside the run slide.
Outside the ranch store door
Yeah.
of your house.
Past the glass, so he's not going to have to walk on the glass.
Okay. All right.
I mean, is there a letterbox? Because on the letterbox would also be a good point.
There's a lot of letterbox on this house, yeah, for sure.
Good program, letterbox.
We'd have to walk
That would be far
Down the
more obvious.
driveway.
And
I was just thinking where
where he was.
he saw.
If he
was
comes
looking.
investigating,
That's what I'm thinking. It's just
On the fence, then.
oh yeah,
Well, this is
yeah,
the
yeah.
area basically where he was. When he
Well, I was collecting the
being
grass.
curved at.
don't go any
Where he saw
further
me.
than you need to.
Yeah, yeah. That's the other thing. I don't want to step too far out. Just step out. Step back in.
Okay. Open the door. Step over your
Oh, no problem.
glass outside. You place it down. Come back inside, and you all start to try and settle in for the evening. I will confirm that you don't know whether or not you were seen. You didn't see him looking at anyone in particular.
Yeah.
You just saw. Well, you did, and then after Nick went, "Oi," you saw as well. Just someone looking over, not in any specific direction. But with that, as you start to rest and try to calm the horses inside the lounge, that's where we're going to be ending today's session. There's one more left, and much more to do. So please do join us then. I've been Rycon, you have all been awesome. And until next time, stay breathing.